Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ethan here, and I got some cool stuff to show you. Well, I actually wanted to show you the next part of the border of the world and what I'm working on, but I also wanted to kind of run through this and just show you what it feels like to just kind of travel around this area out here in the map. And then we're going to go up in the air and just kind of give you an idea of how big this area is so you can just kind of understand scaling of the map compared to the player. But I want to go down here and show you guys. Let's go over here. This is where I worked on the border. But as you can see, so for those of you guys that don't know, this is a 4K by 4K, 4 kilometers by 4 kilometer map. And then on top of that, you'll have the void that lays on top of it, which is another 4K by 4K. So you have a total of 8K by 8K per planet. And what we're noticing right now that's happening, this is actually the solar eclipse that's happening right now. So this is actually happening in real time. And this is what happens during the solar eclipse event. At 9 a.m. every day on this planet, there's an eclipse that happens, an eclipse event. I haven't tied the weather in yet. There's a lot of things that haven't been done yet. Like, for instance, there's no footprints in the sand, so I got to implement that. I got to implement the dust puffs on the feet, as he's walking and things like that. But what I wanted to show you guys is just the border and what it's looking like. So as the eclipse is over with, right, this is sped up very fast. So what I want you guys to see is this is kind of what the border looks like here. So the player can no longer move here. And I wanted to come up with creative ways to make it so you could see that it looks like the world continues, but the player has no means of getting over to it, right? So it just kind of just doesn't break the immersion of the world, right? It just says, oh, I can't go there. I'm going to fall to my death. So now let me show you guys this. We're going to break away from the player, and I want you to keep an eye on them. We're going to select them right here, and then we're going to go up in the air and show you guys how big this map is in comparison to the player. So if you look over here, you can see where everything's missing. This is what's called world partition, and this basically appears and disappears depending on where the player is in the map. But I want you to remember the player's over there. So I want you to get an idea of just how big this completely is. So everywhere that you see where the blue is, that's basically map that's going to be generated there. So we're just going to move through here. And what you're seeing is you're seeing this in real time. Now, usually it wouldn't work like this because the player would be on the ground walking. So you wouldn't see any of this doing any of this right here. But you're getting to see it in real time because I'm showing you behind the scenes of what's happening. But this is all real-time optimization of the game. And as the player moves closer to everything, you'll see that everything's coming into distance. So depending on where the player is will depend on when this loads in and loads out. So, and you can see because we're way out here. And so you're seeing the whole entire map at one time at this point. But what I want to go up and show real fast is go like this and go up higher. And you'll see things start to disappear. This is part of the process of basically removing and then bringing back the map depending on where the player is. But you can see there's the player there, over there. And this is the world here. So if we go back to the player like this, you'll get an idea of how large this map is. And there will be 7 planets when everything is done. And like I said, each planet will have an 8K by 8K space of exploration inside the void and outside of the void. So there you go. I just wanted to show you guys this, see what your guys' thoughts were. Also, you guys make sure, go to the YouTube channel, check out all the videos on there. There's a ton of videos on there, a ton of new systems that are going up. Also, check out the Patreon too. There's a lot of information on the Patreon, a lot of system breakdowns, a lot of story lore there, a lot of lore that goes into each of the main characters of the story, things like that. So just check those out. And yeah, if you haven't wishlisted Riftwalker yet, I would really appreciate it if you did. And thanks guys for everything. I'll talk to you later. Bye.